Jerome Bird.
Yes.
Batting second and catching, number 13, Josh Burge. Batting third in right field, number 34, Micah Bowles. Batting cleanup, playing shortstop, number 2, Jesse Bowles. Batting fifth and pitching for Scott, number 24, Dakota Strunk. Batting sixth, starting at second base, number 17, Jonathan Terry. Batting seventh at first base, number 9, Hunter Bates. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 22, Caleb Pruitt. Batting ninth, playing left field, number 25, Chris Lindsay. Scott Highlanders, our coach, the head coach, Joe Carver. He's assisted by Daryl Bowles.
I'm like, for private stream, I can give it to some.
Welcome into Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. We're coming to you live from JC Park, or the Jace, affectionately known by Rob Stacy, as you're getting ready to listen to District 4 AAA Championship Tournament. It's a first round matchup with your Clinton Dragons and the visitors from Scott. Introducing now their starting lineups. First for the Scott Highlanders is Jerome Bird, number 6, followed by 13, Josh Burge, 34, Micah Bowles, 2, Jesse Bowles, 24, Dakota Strunk, 17, Jonathan Terry, 9, Hunter Bates, 22, Caleb Pruitt, 25, Chris Lindsay, and their reserve players include Nick Allen, Brett Hall, Chase Hamby, and Mason Llewellyn. For your Clinton Dragons, leading off will be number 44, Cam Britton, followed by 23, Sam Rayleigh, 25, Sam Rayleigh, 32, Isaiah Slavin, 19, Garrett Lee, 14, Harrison Shelton, 8, Nicholas Kidd, 23, Jackson Stiltner, number 2, Jay Smack, number 21, Ethan Tinker, and your starting pitcher tonight will be Sam Duggins, affectionately known by my partner here as Sammy Duggs, as Colby Holbrook joins the broadcast now as we get ready to start it. And Scott, seems like they thought there was going to be a national anthem in this game, so they're now being told to walk off the field.
Scott running very late behind today. The game was supposed to start at 5:30. Started just a hair late. Their bus was delayed on picking them up at their high school.
Their bus was delayed on picking them up, and for some reason, I guess because it's picking that up at the same time it's telling me, I'm looking at our audio, and our audio's a little hot on my side. May have to turn, let's see which one yours is. Okay, that's yours. So I'm going to turn yours up just a hair.
Okay.
There we go.
But yes.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
I do believe, if I heard right, Scott County's bus was supposed to pick them up at 4 o'clock or 4:15. They weren't picked up until 4:30.
Yeah, that's what you and I both heard in that one. So we'll just see how this game goes. Once again, your starting pitcher is your best friend out there,
Sammy Duggs. Do you believe he pitched against Scott County the last time he started a game? Was Jay?
I believe so.
I think that's right. So he's faced Scott County a couple times this year.
The Dragons are 3-0 against Scott County this year. The first game was 9-2, or 9-4, excuse me. The second game was 10-0, and then the last game was senior night and alumni night, and it was 16-3. 13
like
runs in the first inning on 17 at bats. 2 home runs. Isaiah Slavin tried to knock down the scoreboard, and Garrett Lee tried to hit one over the netting.
Am I looking at that right? We got Sam Rayleigh catching today?
Yeah, Sam Rayleigh, actually, this will be like the fourth time. This will be the third time he's caught this season. He actually he had a pickoff move against Oak Ridge. He backpicked the guy at first base.
Rayleigh, a man of many talents.
Yeah, Rayleigh can play shortstop, third base, pitcher, and catcher.
Just can't play outfielder. Can he do that too secretly?
He probably could. He's more talented than you or I both ever were.
It's not hard to do that.
That is true. Getting ready here now to start the top of the first inning.
Leading off for Scott, number 6, Jerome Bird, center fielder tonight for Scott County.
First pitch is outside in the batter's box for ball 1.
Count is 1-0 to Bird.
Second pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So you got 1 ball, 1 strike count now for Sam Duggins, or Sammy Duggs. Let's see if he can get, I'm going to put a number out there. Let's see if he can get at least 8 strikeouts in this game. What do you think?
Can he go far enough to get those 8, or will the game be over before then?
Well, it has to go at least 3 innings.
Okay, yeah, that is fair. That is fair. I didn't think about that.
The next one is a check swing and a miss for strike 2.
Counts now 1-2.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the outside corner for strike 3. 4 pitches, 1 strikeout for Sammy Duggs. That's 1.
Starting off strong.
And now you were mentioning something to begin this game. I'm going to let you mention it again. Are they wearing their uniforms for Scott County?
No, they're not. Looks like they're wearing practice uniforms, not full-on jerseys.
They are black T-shirts, red lettering, white trim. Your Dragons are in their pinstripe uniforms, orange lettering, and black trim.
Up to bat now. Josh Burge, not Bird.
And the first pitch was framed really well for a strike by Sam Rayleigh. So you got an 0-1 count for Burge.
Burge is the catcher tonight for Scott County.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Sammy Duggs.
Outside, ball 1.
Not missing by much, though. Enough to where you could possibly swing at it.
It's very close. It was a little low, but not too far off.
Right, after this next pitch, we'll round out our infield for you for your Clinton Dragons. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, foul down the third base line. So your infield for the Dragons includes Sammy Duggs, Sam Rayleigh at catcher, Slavin, Tinker, Britton, and Jace Mack at third. It's the second time I've seen this combination. I saw it at Oak Ridge this past Saturday.
Strange to even say.
1-2. Line ball into the left field for the first hit of the game.
Single for Burge.
Not a bad hit though. The hit actually it was a bloop hit, landed just beyond where where Tinker and Mac were waiting. Not Tinker, Britton and Mac were waiting.
It was a good approach for him. Was in a 2-strike approach and just threw his hands at it and just had it bloop in there over the shortstop and third baseman's head. Up to bat now we got Micah Bowles.
First pitch to Bowles, high and outside for ball 1. Almost looked like it was sort of a pitch out to see if the runner would move. So you got a runner on first now with 1 out.
Micah is playing right field tonight.
Dragons are in double play position. Fouled back into the netting. Tried to hit Sleepy with that foul ball for strike 2 or strike 1. No, so one thing I was going to say is the Dragons still have yet to get a double play this season.
Turning a double play is a lot harder than most people want to think. Very difficult.
Yeah, 1-1 pitch from Duggs. Outside.
Counts now 2-1 for Bowles.
He's not really missing by much, and he has some really good JV appearances, and he's had a couple good varsity appearances this year in relief especially.
Turning a double play is swing and a miss. Counts now 2-2. Right. Turning a double play is just one of those things that it's tough to do, but when you watch major league players do it, it feels like it's a cup of tea. One of the easiest things ever. It's very tough.
Say you would have a better idea of that. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball
right
towards
field.
Stiltner. Stiltner misreads it. Able to go back and it lands in the gap. And the runner's going to runner's coming from third. He's rounding third, and he gets stopped at third base. So it ends up being a long single. No, a double. He does make it to second.
There's nobody out with 2 runners on.
1 out. 1 out. Remember, he struck out the leading batter.
Sorry. Up to bat now, Jesse Bowles, shortstop.
Number 2, Jesse Bowles.
I'm going to assume he's the brother to Micah.
We'd assume that. But this is, Coach Stacy was not wanting him to come out this way. First pitch to Bowles. Right down the middle for strike 1.
0-1 count now for Bowles.
And Bowles had a smile on his face trying to figure out why he didn't swing at that one. He looked back at the umpire and really, did it just go across the middle? Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing
and a miss, strike 2.
But a nice stop there by Rayleigh, not letting it get too far behind, let the runner try to come home.
And unlike his brother Micah, Jesse is right-handed compared to Micah being left-handed.
Who knows? Maybe next thing they'll come out and switch on us. We never know. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Duggs.
Ground ball to Britton at short.
Runner is going to go home. It goes under Britton's hand, so that's going to be an error, at least a 2-run error for Scott while the runner stays at first. So the Scott now leads 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. I am going to give that one an error because he had it right there and it just went underneath his glove. So now you got a runner on first with 1 out and a 2-0 lead. This is the first time all season that the Scott Highlanders have had the lead on the Clinton Dragons.
Over anybody.
That could be the case too.
Now batting Dakota Strunk. I believe he's the pitcher tonight.
First pitch, swing and a miss
Yes.
for strike one.
Pitcher.
He's also a big player on their basketball team and he's on their football team.
Triple threat. He
And
looks like a football player.
Runner swing and a miss for strike two. The runner at first is trying to clap his hands, trying to get Doug's timing off. As you'll see him over there right beforehand. He takes his lead. He'll just start clapping right there, trying to get Doug's off of it. The 0-2 pitch. On the
In there,
outside corner,
strike
strike three. Nice strikeout. Doug's needed that strikeout to try to calm himself back down.
Sammy's second one of the day.
So
That
far,
is 2 outs
Batting the second baseman,
with
number
Jonathan
17,
Terry coming up to bat.
Jonathan Terry.
yeah, so right now, as the box score reads, they have 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error by the Dragons. Here's the first pitch. On the outside corner, strike one. Umpire has just a little bit of a wider strike zone. He's giving him just a little bit beyond the black, but that's okay as long as he does it on both sides.
Terry playing second base tonight for the Highlanders.
0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
0-2 count now for Terry.
Let's see if Duggins can strike out the side to get out of this inning and only give up 2 runs. If you remember the last time we came up in the bottom of the first against this team, it was 13 runs on 17 batters. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Sammy Duggs does strike out the side and strikes out all 3 and then runs to the sideline to go talk to Coach Turpin to make sure he gets calmed down for the top of the second inning. So midway through the first, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 2-0 your score. As the Clinton Dragons get ready to come up to bat, we're going to take a short break. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. I'm Matt Hagen along with Colby Holbrook. Colby, this will be your last game tonight because you got something big going on Saturday. Tell us a little bit about it real quick.
Yeah, I will not be here tomorrow or Saturday to finish off district tournament because Friday and tomorrow night I'll be working the first graduation ceremony for Roan State, and then Saturday morning, going into the afternoon, I will be graduating myself from Roan State.
And we all want to say big congratulations to that. We know that how big that accomplishment is.
Weeks will be doing the same thing, so he will not be here either.
That Weeks isn't here anyway. High for
No.
ball one to Camden Britton. Britton wearing number 44 today instead of his normal number 9.
I think he's worn like 8 different numbers all year, it feels like.
Exactly, but he's no Connor Moody. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, called
Strike
strike one.
Thought he swung at the first
No,
ball.
no. It was a ball outside. It was his check swing after. He had already thrown it back when he did his little release.
Okay. I just thought he swung through it.
And almost hits him on the elbow for ball 2. No,
Count is now 2-1. I thought he full on swung.
Oh no, he didn't swing. It was a really high first pitch.
Then I don't know what I'm seeing.
You're seeing fly
Single right up the middle. For
nice hit right there.
Cam
We're gonna
Britton.
follow
That's
it
what
real
I'm seeing,
quick.
Matt.
Yep, you saw the single. Great single right there by Camden Britton. Leadoff single. He was waiting on the ball to be thrown back before he ran. Get that as Sam ran
Comes back down
Rayleigh.
to number 25, the catcher. Still weird to say. Sam Rayleigh.
Sam the Hitman Rayleigh.
No, that's Shelton.
No, Sam the Hitman
Oh,
Rayleigh.
No, yeah, that hit man.
19 hit by pitches this season. First pitch to Rayleigh. High. Back pick tried for Britton, but he's back in time.
Count as 1-0 for Sam Rayleigh.
I actually learned that move from you. Learned that it's called a back pick.
Oh yeah, that's a back pick.
See, I'm still learning.
From the pitcher, it's a pickoff. From the catcher, it's a back pick.
1-0 pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Britton gets looked back at first. Britton does have about 10 or 11 stolen bases on the season. I will check it just a little bit to make sure I've got the right number on there. 1-1 count to Rayleigh. Outside
ball two.
Nice stop though by the catcher. Because
Good
that
stop.
one landed in the batter's box.
Count is now 2-1 for Rayleigh.
Rayleigh also walking 15 times. Pickoff move to first, not in time. Still
Back
2-1.
in standing.
Yeah, and you got Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin on deck. I have to say, because he's the only one that's hit a Grand Slam that I've seen. Outside
Just
for ball
high.
3.
3-1 count now for Rayleigh.
I'm going to try to pull, and while we're doing that, I'm going to pull up their stats. That way we can give you all the right numbers for them. Let Colby call this next pitch if I'm still working on this.
Ball 4.
Ball 4, take
Rayleigh
your base.
draws a walk. Almost
And-
thought I was going to hit him in the head, I'll be honest.
And that is walk number 17 for Sam Rayleigh.
Will they let Rayleigh run or will they courtesy run?
And Cam Britton, that was hit number 28 for Cam Britton. Isaiah Slavin coming up to bat now. Slavin leading the team with a .390 average, 41 hits including 4 home runs and 36 RBIs.
It appears that he will let Rayleigh run for himself as
Pick-
Britton gets
Yeah, that's right.
move for Britton, but he's back there safely.
You were right on that one.
I was just trying to word it right.
You were trying to word it right, exactly.
My brain's running a little slower than my mouth right now.
It's called you're out of school. You don't have practice. Ball a little bit high
Yeah,
for ball
that's
1.
fair. I've been out of school the last 3 days, so my brain's a little
I've been
slow at the moment.
I've been out of school the last 10 years, so I
Quit
get it.
rubbing in, Matt. 1-0 count now for Slavin.
I mean, we got to have fun up here. Checks the runner at second. The pitch outside in the batter's box for ball 2. And like we said a couple times, we had 17 batters the last time they played on the first inning. We're up to batter 3 right now. Back
Another
pick.
pick off.
And this
Britton back safely.
and they're not really hiding that one. The second base is standing on second base waiting on the throw. He doesn't actually get off of the bag.
He just stands over there like he's playing first base for the pick. Not the right way to play.
Inside ball 4. Oh, is that ball 3?
That's ball 3.
I thought it was ball 4. So see, you're not the only one doing that right now.
Yep, ball 3. Only seen 3 pitches so far. That's not the right way to have a pick off at second. High inside, ball 4.
I thought that
Slavin
one.
has also walked.
I thought that was going to hit him in the face for a
If he
second.
didn't move, it might have.
So you got now bases loaded for our number 2 home run hitter this season, Garrett Lee.
Number 19, Garrett Lee.
Didn't both Lee and Slavin hit
Yes, Lee hit one.
home runs off of Scott County last time?
He tried to hit one into the CBI league, and Slavin tried to knock down the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think Slavin had something against the scoreboard that night.
So Garrett Lee batting .225 with 20 hits, including 3 home runs, 22 RBIs on the season. Bases loaded, no outs, bottom of the first. Here at the Jace. First pitch to Lee, in there for strike 1. He needed that. He needed to throw a strike just to try to probably calm his nerves down a little bit. The catcher went out there and talked to him before this at bat. He's shaking
0-1
off
count for Lee.
from the stretch. Lee swings and a miss. Lee took
Strike 2.
he took a big cut at that one. I think he wanted to try to knock down the scoreboard with that one, or hit the trailers, which are still parked over there from the last time you and I called the game out here.
I do believe there is another rodeo, not this weekend, but next weekend. Shallow ball into shallow right field. That is caught by the first baseman. Nice play.
Not a really good play right there by the first baseman.
Really tough play to make.
a Willie Mays style out, but we got to give him credit when credit's due.
Center fielder, number 14,
I know
Harrison
Garrett's going to be frustrated about that one.
Oh, he is. Now, who's up to bat now?
Shelton.
What's his nickname? The real Hitman.
Yes, Harry the Hitman Shelton. My brain is blank right now.
You said it earlier. You tried to say it when I was talking about Hitman.
Hit by pitch.
Yeah, hit by pitch. And he
Swings and fouls off the first pitch.
into Clinton Utility Board for strike one.
We got Harry the Hitman Shelton and Sam hit by pitch Rayleigh.
Exactly. Or Sam gets hit, Rayleigh.
Yeah, that's another good one.
So you got an 0-1 count to Hitman Shelton. The pitch fouled back, trying to take out the concession stand this time.
0-2 count now for Shelton.
And you hear Tinker trying to get Harrison riled back up as you got Nicholas Kidd on deck. We got to think of a nickname for Iceman.
That's a good
Except
one.
for the last start, it's Iceman. Got an 0-2 count, and of course his last start was on a rainy night against Anderson. 0-2 pitch, lined it
Line
straight to
drive
third,
base.
and he
Britton
gets
has
out
doubled
in
off
time.
at third base.
Good. We got to give the third baseman credit right there. That was a good double play by this third baseman to end the inning. And he takes a knee when he does the celebration, jumping into his catcher. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 3 left on base. After 1, Scott leads your Clinton Dragons 2-0. You're listening to Clinton Dragons Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragons Baseball here on Dragon Vision as we begin the top of the second inning. 2-0 your score. The Highlanders lead your Clinton Dragons. I almost said Lady Dragons for softball because I've been calling it lately. First pitch from Sammy Duggs is a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Up to bat, we have Hunter Bates. I want to say he's the first baseman.
I think he is the first baseman, but we do have to give credit. He made a tremendous out, and so did the third baseman to double up the last play of the first inning. Swing and a miss.
Strike 2. Hunter Bates is the first baseman tonight. Did make a really good play in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, it's a play that I don't think many of us could have made. I don't think many people out there could make that play.
No, that's a tough play for anybody to try to make.
If my replay system was working.
Well outside, ball 1.
But it was stopped by Sam Rayleigh on that one. No, if my
Way
replay
outside.
I'll try my replay system in a little bit, but if we would, that would be a nomination for a play of the game. I don't care what team it is. That was a tremendous
really nice play. 1-2 count now for Bates.
And Doug's from the stretch. Swing and a miss.
Strike 3.
Strikeout number 4. 4 outs, 4 strikeouts on the day for Sammy Duggs.
Beat me to it, man. I was going to say that.
Hey, but remember, we got that thing going. Will he get 8 strikeouts? At this pace, it won't take long.
I wouldn't say nothing yet, though.
I'm just saying,
Anything can
strikeouts.
happen.
First pitch, fouled up. Third, Chase Mack going for it. Going for it. Makes the catch in the dugout, so you called it. We're not going to see 5 straight strikeouts, but 1 pitch, 1 out against him. That was a great out.
Really nice play for, that's not saying really, that's Jace Mack.
And batting the left fielder, number 25,
Mack
Chris Lindsay.
And a couple of the other Dragons out of the way in the bullpen to reach over and take that out.
That was Caleb Pruitt, tonight's third baseman, made a really good play himself in the bottom of the first inning.
To double up Britton and the batter, not Lee, but Shelton. First pitch.
Foul tipped. Up to bat now is Chris Lindsay, left fielder for the Highlanders.
Sam has calmed down a lot since that top of the first inning. Which, I mean, this is only like his second varsity start, so you could see some. But tomorrow night, if the Dragons win, we will be playing at 7:30. If they lose, or 7:45, if they lose, we'll be playing at 5:30. Bunt,
Low.
pull back for ball 1.
Counts now 1-1 for Lindsay.
And after this game will be the Anderson Mavericks versus the Halls Red Devils to see who will play who in the second round. Ground ball
Fouls
foul.
it off to his coach.
Nice
He bobbles
catch.
it.
Oh, I thought the coach was going to make that. So we got an error now on the third base coach.
I thought he had it, but no, he bobbled it. He squared up in front of it. Nice form. Just dropped it. Really good form out of the coach.
And Scott came off the bus cold. They showed up a little bit late because of bus trouble. Pitch, fly
ball to center field.
To Harry the Hitman
Shelton under it, and that is the third out of the inning.
So
For Scott in second, no runs, no hits, nobody left on the base.
Has no runs.
Please be sure and visit the concession stand.
Midway through the second, your score.
Hamburgers, hot dogs,
You are
smoked bologna.
listening to Clinton
Just
Dragons
anything you would
Baseball
like
here
at
on
the
Dragon.
ballpark. So please visit the concession stand. All proceeds go.
Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. Sorry about the audio mess up in the top of the second inning. It was on me.
We hit the wrong button.
I turned on the wrong mic. But leading off for the Clinton Dragons is Nicholas Iceman Kidd with a strike on the outside corner.
I thought it was more or less right down the middle, honestly.
Either way, it was close. And
It's a strike either way.
It is a strike. The 0-1 pitch to Kidd. That one was a ball that almost hit the umpire somewhere where we can't mention.
I think it hit him in the knee. I couldn't really tell.
It bounced up and went that direction. So
deflected off the catcher's shin pads and right up into the umpire's leg.
So we got 1-1 count to Iceman. The pitch.
High. Counts now 2-1.
That was close though. That was
That
close.
was a close one.
I could see why the catcher held it there for an extra second because that was close. I think we would have done it too. 2-1 pitch outside.
Or high and outside.
Yep.
3-1 count now for Nicholas Kidd.
And we got a big time crowd out here for Clinton and a fairly decent crowd out here for Scott as well. The 3-1 pitch, fly ball,
Fouled it off back
off.
behind us.
And it bounces off the Little Ponderosa Zoo roof and might have hit the sheriff's deputy car if it's parked back there.
Count is now full for Nicholas.
The pitch. And they call him strikeout looking. Nick Kidd did not like that call, but it curved in. It looked like it curved in just enough for it to hit the black.
Up to bat now we have number 23, Jackson Stiltner.
Another senior on this Clinton Dragon baseball team. Forgot to give you the stats for Kidd and Stiltner, so I'm going to pull those up here real quick. First pitch, foul, swung down the first base line, picked up by the first baseman, and ground ball out to get the second out of the inning. So, giving you the stats now lately. Entering that one, Jackson Stiltner was batting .321 with 26 hits and a triple. Nicholas Kidd was batting .352 with 31 hits, including 4 doubles. Now you got Jace Mack, the third baseman, batting .218 with 17 hits, including a home run against Gallenberg Pittman. First pitch.
In the dirt for ball 1.
But give Scott some credit. They're coming out ready to play tonight. Not sure if the Dragons were ready for this one. Line down the first base.
Just foul.
Oh, wow.
Very close. May have been just at most a foot shy of the line. Very close.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't see where it would have where it landed from up here.
I can see it, and it looks about no more than a foot outside.
Good
Very
rip.
close.
Good rip, though. That would have been extra bases easily. The 1-1 pitch.
It's if the first baseman didn't stop it. He's very close, playing really close to that line right now.
And you got second base playing almost at first base. Look at the gap they have right on the right side of the infield.
Rayleigh does need to hit right through the middle of the infield. Wow. Ball 3.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to get called.
That
was very close.
That was very close. This umpire's calling it even, though, on both sides. He's got the same strike zone, which is what you want to see.
3-1
Here's a
count for
3-1
Mack.
pitch.
Fouls
Laced
it
it,
off.
foul
Count will now
into.
be full.
That one didn't go to CUB. That one went to the houses right on the other side.
I can't see that far over, so I could.
We're just going to say it because we know CUB's on one side and the houses are on the other.
That is true.
Full count pitch. High fly ball towards
center field.
center. Center's underneath it, calling for it. And 3 up,
Makes the
3
play.
down for the Dragons. So no runs on no hits, no errors. After 2, your score 2-0. The Highlanders lead your Clinton Dragons. We are going to take a short break. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision.
Leading off the third inning for Scott, center fielder, number 6, Jerome Bird.
The Scott Highlanders are back at the top of their lineup with Jerome Bird leading off this inning. Struck out in his first at-bat. First pitch is well outside for ball 1. Sammy so far, in 6 outs, has struck out 4 batters. Ball 2, as the pitch is high and outside again. 2-0 count for Bird. Ground ball to Tinker at second. Fields it cleanly. Makes the play for the first out of the inning. Up to bat now we have number 13, Josh Burge. Singled in his first at-bat.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Josh Burge.
Swings to the first pitch, and it lands foul down the left field line. About a foot foul. Very close, just like Jace Max in the bottom of the second inning. Oh, 1 count for Burge.
What happened in that first out, Colby?
Bird hit a ground ball to Tinker at second. Counts now 1-1 for Burge as the ball is in the dirt.
And for some reason, my score decided to say it was 7-3 Clinton.
No, that's not right.
Not exactly sure why I did that, but it's still a 2-0 score with a 1-1 count. That's that 1-1 pitch from Doug's. Fly ball
left center.
into the gap almost.
And it is down for a
It
single.
did land in the gap.
He's going to try for 2, and he will retreat back to first base.
Good stop, though, by Tinker. But if Tinker...
Burge's second hit of the day.
Yeah, both singles. Remember, he had a single in the first inning.
Mm-hmm.
Only the third hit of the game allowed by Sammy Douggs.
34, Micah Bowles.
Up to bat now, we got Micah Bowles. Doubled in his last at-bat.
I was going to say, he was the only other one to get a hit because then both of them scored on the error. Time called by the umpire. Maybe
for what, I'm not
sure. He called. He looked over at the Scott coach. Maybe the coach was trying to. Maybe he was trying to. The player called time and stepped off for a second. First pitch outside for ball 1.
1-0 count to Bowles.
Douggs needs to calm down just a little bit, like he did in the last inning. Try to induce some ground balls that we stop for outs. 1-0 pitch inside again, but low for ball 2.
Count is now 2-0. Sammy really needs a strike right here. Don't want to follow down 3-0.
No, he needs a strike. He needs to induce a ground ball or an easy pop-up, something to get his rhythm back. Like
Ground
that.
ball to Britton at short.
Britton to
Flips
second.
It to take a second.
Take
Fires
it first.
first.
Not in time, though.
Very close play. Like I said, double plays are hard to turn.
Double plays are hard.
Tinker made a great effort. Very close play.
We called it, though. We said he needed a striker to induce a ground ball. He got the ground ball for the second out of the inning.
It was a little rinky-dink one right to the shortstop. If it rolled a little harder, was hit a little bit harder, Tinker definitely had that double play, but still very tough to play to make.
Yeah, nice
There are now
stop.
2 outs, though.
Yeah, nice stop by Britton, too, on that one. Britton running up to try to get that one.
With Jesse Bowles up to bat now.
First pitch, high and inside for ball 1.
Well inside. Almost hit him.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, your box score reads 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Scott Highlanders. For your Clinton Dragons, no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. Dragons wearing their pinstripe uniforms. Orange lettering. Here's the pitch. Popped
Fly ball,
up.
Shallow right.
3 going for
Stiltner
it.
calls for it, and he makes the play for the third out of the inning.
Good out right there by Stiltner. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 Highlander left on base. Midway through the third, your score 2-0 Scott over Clinton. As Coach Stacy lines him up to give him a talk after that half inning. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. As we enter the bottom of the third with leadoff batter
Leading off the third inning for the Clinton Dragons. second baseman,
Ethan
number
Tinker.
21, Ethan
The 9 batter of the Dragons today.
Almo-
Tinker playing second base, made a routine play in the bottom of the second, and almost turned a double play.
I almost wanted to give him the nickname I've given him all 4 years of Ethan Twinkle Toes Tinker. Here's the pitch. Low and outside for ball 1.
Growing up, we called Tinker Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell, Twinkle Toes, it's all the same thing with him.
Tinking an 0-1 count.
A 1-0 count. And he
What'd I
fouls
say?
it off to make it 1-1. So we were both going to be right on that one.
Oh, okay. I guess I said the wrong thing.
It was
I wasn't even thinking.
I almost said it wrong, but it was a ball that was low and outside for ball 1.
Got it. Okay. Count is now 1-1, nonetheless.
Dragons stranded 4 in the first inning. Have not had a runner on base since.
Pitch is high. Counts now 2-1.
I almost thought he was going to give him the strike on that one. It looked like it was close.
Very close.
Yeah, a 2-1 count now. 2-0 your score. The Highlanders leading your 1 seed Clinton Dragons.
As he fouls off another pitch.
The
Counts
same-
now 2-2.
Same spot he fouled off the first one, or the second pitch.
You're close.
And Stacy
Same direction.
running out to give the umpire a few extra baseballs. Yeah, your Clinton Dragons come in winning the 1 seed in this game via coin flip. So they are the coin flip champions of East Tennessee, beating Anderson County and Halls. Here's the pitch.
Almost hits Tinker.
If he wouldn't have ducked out of the way, that might have hit him. What do you want to say to that one? I know you want to say something.
I want to tell him to eat it. It wasn't going to hurt him that bad. Just don't rub it. You'll be fine. Full count now for Tinker. Ground ball to the second baseman.
Just under the glove of the second baseman.
Misplayed it. That'd be an error.
I don't think that one's actually an error because it never touched his glove. It went under the glove, though.
Yeah, but it
Counted
being a
as an
routine
error?
play, he tried to play it off of his hip.
Okay, so we will cut that as an error.
That would be an error.
Here,
At
I was
least I would count it as an error.
Here, I was trying to give Tinker credit for something, but we'll give him an error as we begin.
How the second baseman approached that just feels like it's an error to me.
But I'm going to change. Let's see. I am actually going to change that because Game Changer Coach has given that a hit to Tinker, so we are going to give that as a hit to Tinker as well.
Okay. Britton tried to bunt it, but he was very didn't have no confidence in his bunting. Bunts it foul for the first strike.
Yeah, bunts it backwards and foul.
Right down to his feet in the batter's box.
Yeah, looking right here, it says no runs on 2 hits and 1 error on Game Changer, and that's what we're going to go with since it's being run by
Tinker
Turpin.
trying to steal second.
And we'll get in there
And he
on a
is in
high
there
throw.
safely.
Good stolen base there by Tinker to get a runner now on second base on a 1-1 count with no outs. The second time, actually no, the third time the Dragons have had runners in scoring position tonight after the first inning when they had runners on bases loaded.
And no one out, and
Ended up not scoring at
unfortunately
all.
did not get to score.
And
As it hits
Britton
him.
does get hit in the back almost. So-
Britton will reach on air.
No, that's going to be called as a hit by
Or a
pitch.
hit by pitch. Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking.
I know.
My brain is.
We're gonna have to get you some energy drink or something. Maybe it'll wake it up.
I don't
as
know.
Sam
We'll see.
hit by pitch Rayleigh comes up. Even though he's not been hit by a pitch today, he just walked.
Not yet.
Had been hit by a pitch in the last several games, actually.
That's a surprise.
That is a surprise.
Walked in his first at bat. So did Isaiah Slavin, who was on deck.
It was Rayleigh's 17th walk of the season.
Squares the bunt. Pulls it back for ball 1.
Ball gets away, runs
Tink
for it,
advances
Tink,
on the
and
wild
so
pitch.
does Britton.
They're
So-
now runners on second and third with nobody out.
Second time we've had runners on at least second and third tonight with no outs. I know you're going to hate me for that stat, but it's the truth. Let's see what Sam does right here with a 1-0 count.
Gets hit by a pitch right here. I'm
If
gonna
he,
call it.
let's see it.
I was close.
But they call it a strike, so
Counts
it wasn't that
1-1.
close.
It was inside.
It was inside, but it was on the black.
Close enough.
Maybe if he leans in just a little bit more and tries not to get seen, it would
It
count.
does appear that Rayleigh has backed up off the plate a little bit with his stance. Last time we talked to him, he said he would stand directly on the line. I think he got tired of getting hit. He's
Either that or the umpire said something to him about staying
Possibly.
too close.
count is now 2-1 for Rayleigh.
That last pitch in the dirt inside. Same
In
with
the
this one, a
dirt.
wild pitch, but it gets back fast enough to the catcher that nobody tries to advance. The catcher slid on the gravel back behind there. If I could have put my
You could
camera
hear
down, if I would have been able to unlock my camera fast enough, you could have watched it. Because you could actually If we had a better angle right here, you could see where his cleats just struck. And
3-1 count now for Rayleigh.
Tinker was going to go for it, but stopped because of how fast it hit the backstop. He thought it was coming back a lot faster. Will he be walked for a second straight time? No, he checks
Fouls it
swings it
off.
foul. So this
Full
is
count now for Sam Rayleigh.
Tinker was also on a full count earlier in this inning.
Yes.
He walked. So let's see if.
Tinker got on base, so he singled.
Oh, he singled.
Britton got hit
That's
by
right.
a pitch.
So you got one hit and a hit by pitch. So let's see what happens right here. Ground ball to
to the second
second.
baseman.
Clean
Fields
stop. 1 run will score on a fielder's choice to Sam Rayleigh. Nice play right
Look at
there
that
by
bat.
Sam Rayleigh, making the score 2-1 now. The Highlanders lead York Clinton Dragons.
Very productive at bat for Sam Rayleigh.
So now counts a fielder's choice
Yes.
for Isaiah Grand Slam
We'll get an
Slavin.
RBI.
Yeah,
One out with Slavin up to bat with Britton on third.
and let's see what they do to Slavin right here. He is the one of the most dangerous hitters for the Dragons this season. The most hits, most home runs, most RBIs, most runs scored.
Ground
And that
ball up
shows
the
you why
middle.
right there with that RBI single by Slavin. We called that one.
Does that put his RBI count up north of 40 now?
I think it's at 35 now.
35?
But it's a tie game now here in the bottom of the third inning. With,
Slavin walked in his last at bat too.
and now we got Garrett Lee coming up with 1 out and a runner on first. But we called it Isaiah Slavin, one of the most dangerous hitters for the Dragons this season. And now here comes Garrett Lee, who's got the second most home runs with 3 on the season. The pitch, ground ball,
Fouls it
foul, almost into the Dragon dugout, but it hits off the net, or the fencing. And that's one thing Coach Stacy did do well. He raised the fencing on the home dugout. Actually, and he did some really nice improvements to the visitor dugout, including the bullpen that's back there now. It's a turf bullpen for them, too.
The visiting side was not the greatest when I was in school. 0-2 count now for Garrett.
As that one curved in around the outside corner.
It was a good pitch.
Very nice pitch.
Lee 0 for 1 on the day with a pop up to the first baseman who made a really good
Yes.
play.
We can't take that one away from Lee on that hit. We can't take that away from the first baseman on that
That
out.
was a very good play.
Here's the pitch. In
In
the
the
dirt,
dirt.
gets away, but goes straight to first base on the.
Slavin was a little scared to try to run.
That one, I think that was smart for Slavin because it didn't get. It was going towards first, and he picked it. He would have had
At
an
first, I
easier
thought he was
throw.
going to. It looked like he was about to, and he was like, no, I'll change my mind.
I think he saw where it was rolling, and he thought if he got caught too far off, it would have been an easy pick-off move or pickle move. The pitch, fly ball,
Looked like it
fouled.
would go foul.
Way foul, but it was going down the direction of where he hit his last home run on the last home game.
Garrett stays alive, 0-2. No,
Wasn't
1-2, sorry.
wasn't the last home game, the last alumni home game, because the last home game was Anderson.
Yes, Anderson
And
was
the
last week.
Yeah, it was last Thursday. But the thing that we all liked on that one is watching the JV keep this field going, so we could keep that game.
2-2
Outside,
count now for Garrett.
Garrett now worked the count even.
Huge credit to the JV that night for coming out between every inning to put more quick dry on the field just to make sure it was still playable.
And then rake it even to help it out. That JV team, if we didn't have to give our players of the game to anybody else, we would have given it to the JV team alone just because of the way they played that game.
Slavin back in standing on the pickoff.
And even Coach Stacy said, had the JV team not been here, we may have not had that game, and they may have had to play that game on Saturday. 2-2 pitch. Fly
ball to left center.
It's going, center fielder's calling for it.
Makes the play.
Makes the out, and Slavin goes back to first because he was leaning a little bit too far on that one.
Second out of the inning.
With a runner on first.
Up to bat now we got Harrison Shelton.
Batting the center fielder, number 14.
Who is it?
Shelton.
Harry the Hitman Shelton.
Let's see if he can actually be Harry the Hitman right here and get us the lead here in the bottom of the third inning.
Another unfortunate chance for Harrison in his last at bat. Hit into a double play.
It was a
Really
lot.
smoked the ball right to the third baseman, and Britton got picked off at third. Got too far away from the bag. Didn't make sure it got down or through.
I mean, on that pitch, though,
Takes pitch, ball one.
I probably would have done the same thing as Britton because of how fast that one was laced out there. Britton didn't really have a chance to react on that one.
Britton did not have any chance.
So that's one where we can't really blame Britton on it, just like we couldn't blame we couldn't blame Lee on that blooper. That it should have been a hit, but the first baseman had a phenomenal out. Here's the pitch.
Fly ball, right center.
It's going.
Center fielder calls for it again.
And does
Makes
make
the
the third out
play.
of the inning.
And that'll be the third out of the inning.
That is the third out of the inning. So 2 runs. No errors.
One Dragon left on base.
So the Dragons and the Highlanders now have 2 runs on 3 hits each. After 3, your score 2-2, a tie game after 3. You are listening and watching Clinton Dragon baseball on Dragon Vision. The pitcher Dakota Strunk leading off for the Scott Highlanders as Clinton Dragon Baseball presents Dragon Vision in the top of the 4th inning with a tie score. First pitch from Sammy Duggs, fouled off his ankle. Foot, ankle, same thing.
Strunk struck out looking in his first at-bat. 0 for 1 of the day.
Sammy Duggs with 4 strikeouts already. We were trying to see if he can get 8. That was my guess at the beginning of the game.
We still got plenty of game time left, too.
We do. And let's see if he can get strike 2 right here. Nope.
Low, strike, or ball 1.
Come on, Rayleigh, you can catch that. You shouldn't have let that one get by you, even though there's no harm, no
I
foul.
went right behind him, so it's not like it rolled away.
I'm still going to mess with
He's rusty. He hadn't caught all year.
Yeah, he did. He caught like 3 of the last 4 games now. He's not that rusty.
Hey,
he caught the win at Cookville.
I ain't never seen him catch.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Strike 2. Counts now 1 and 2 to Strunk.
Yeah, Rayleigh, he caught the Cookville game. They won 3-1. He caught the Oak Ridge game, and they lost 10-5. And now he's catching this game.
1-2 for Strunk.
And they did. I'm not sure if he caught off to check that.
Ground ball to Mack at third. Fields it. Makes the throw. And he is out at first
nice
base.
Stretch right there by Isaiah Slavin. Nice throw by Mack. But I would say a better stretch right there by Isaiah Slavin. And I'm going to look. Also, the Dragons did play. Their last game was on Tuesday night. They played at Northview. They lost 12-9. And Rayleigh was at third. So this is Rayleigh's 3rd time catching this season on varsity. For the sophomore, who has also told me he's going to be the kicker, trying to kick for the football team this year too. First pitch, fouled.
Fouls it off. Isaiah Slavin, the most flexible big man I've ever met.
I'm going to say, are you putting down our old buddy?
McKinley Lowe?
Yes.
Yeah, no, Slavin can stretch more than Matt can.
Yeah, I hope Mac's listening. I know he's not, but we could hope he is.
I don't
From
know if he
ETSU.
hadn't tuned in at all this year. I'm not sure. 1-1 count now for Terry. Terry struck out in his first at-bat as well.
That ball was just a little bit low and inside. And the Anderson County Mavericks are here right now watching this game because they know they have a chance to take on the winner of this game on tomorrow. Way inside for ball 3. Or ball 2.
2-1 now to Strunk. And you can also see that Halls is also here. They're right below us.
Yeah, Halls is 2-1 against Clinton this year, and Clinton is 2-1 against AC this year. All 3 teams have beat Scott 3 times, swing and a miss for strike 2.
And isn't AC...
AC is the 2nd seed. Halls is the 3rd seed via the coin flip, I believe. I will double check that.
Well, isn't AC also 2-1 against Halls?
They are 2-1 against Halls, but they're 1-2 against us.
Fouled it off.
That
remains 2-2.
And that foul ball wanted to try to get to here, but that bar was in the way.
It was a little short.
I will tell you the funny story I saw over at softball this week. They would foul the ball off at Hardin Valley. It would hit the bar back here, and then the home plate umpire put her hands on the back of her head, thinking it was going to ricochet back and hit her in the head.
Not a bad idea.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout.
Sammy's 5th strikeout of the
There
night.
you go. That's why you beat me to that one. I beat you to the first 4, and you beat me to the 5th one.
That is Terry's 2nd of the night.
As who comes up to bat next?
Hunter Bates, first baseman.
He also struck out in his first at bat.
Yes, he did.
So let's see. Could this be another one? We will see.
Sammy at 6 through 4 innings.
5.
5. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying 6.
You're trying
Strike
to.
1.
You might be right. You might be right here in just a
getting
few
ahead of
pitches.
myself.
So you're forecasting. Let's see if you can forecast this one right. We may have to turn you into a meteorologist.
I'd
if
be
you do
better
that.
than those guys. East Tennessee, don't trust your meteorologist. No offense to any of them, but East Tennessee does what it wants.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. I think he was trying to golf that one out to home plate on that swing.
If I've ever seen a golf swing, just talk to Dobie Hall.
I hope Dobie had a great job helping us out in the was he the first or the second game? He did a great job.
It was one of the first 3 or 4 games.
So let's see. 0-2 pitch. You
Swing
called
and a miss,
it.
Strike 3.
You called it.
I am your weatherman for Dragons baseball. I predict those strikeouts.
So we got 6 strikeouts now. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through 4, your score 2-2. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragons baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Bottom of the 4th now. Your score 2-2 for Nicholas Kidd, who grounds the ball up the middle. Shortstop
fields
gets it, throws it over to first. In
Just
time
makes
for the
out in
first
time.
out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Nicholas Kidd here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Didn't even get to talk about Nicholas first at bat. It was struck out looking on a really close call.
Very
I thought
close
it was
call.
ball 4, but
Watching his face, he thought the same thing. And now we got Jackson Stiltner, who has an offer from Pikeville. Nicholas Kidd also has an offer from Pikeville to play baseball next year. Ground ball
Bunts
to
it
third
right down
base.
third base
Nice bunt.
Greatest bunt
He's
I've seen
easily
all
going
season.
to beat that out. Great
Season.
bunt
Beautiful
single.
bunt by Stiltner. I did talk to Stiltner about one of his offers before the game started, and I was talking to him and Daniel Burke at the same time. Shout out to Danny B, JV coach. And Stiltner was talking. Said he was talking to Mac Lowe in the last day or so, and he was like, he asked me and Burke, when you guys first met me when I was a freshman, scrawny little redhead kid, did
Fly
any
ball.
of you expect me to get any college offers at all?
No.
We both said absolutely not. But look at him now. He's gotten an offer from, like you said, from Pikeville, but also an offer from Carson Newman, which basically is a full ride for him. As a walk-on, that is
Yeah.
true. As a walk-on,
Yeah, the Pikeville is actually a full ride to play as well. It's not just a walk-on offer for him. So either way, he has places to go. You got strike 2 with 1 out and a runner on first. But either way, Stiltner has places he's going to go next year. And
I'm
Stiltner,
very proud of Stiltner. Very proud.
he is I would say he is the leader of this team. No
Absolutely.
question.
Him and Nicholas both. I know Nicholas might have an offer or two there. I'm not 100%
He
certain.
he does have at least one offer.
And I know they both want to go and play at the next level, and I am excited to see how they both produce.
Right, just like Connor Moody. Moody didn't have any offers for a while. He signed on he signed right after graduation with Pikeville, and now he's gone up there and he's one of the best stolen base players they have.
Connor has been extremely fast forever now.
Over the first few weeks, I was checking the stats.
Pickoff move, Stiltner's back safely.
He was 5 for 5 early on stolen bases. I'm going to go back and try to find his stats now that I'm talking about him.
And the interesting thing about Connor, he's not overly tall, about my height, not very tall, but he's also he's not bigger, but he's like one of the bigger kids I've seen and played with, size-wise, muscle-wise, but he is a great base stealer. Typically, your best base stealers are really small, skinny guys. Connor is not one of those guys.
Here's the pitch. 1-2 pitch.
Ground
Line
ball to second base.
underneath the second baseman, so that's going to be another hit as Stiltner tries to round for third. Stiltner stays at third. Ball gets away, but it did not get far enough away for Stiltner to advance, so it's going to be a single and an error to advance the runner to second. So you got runners on second and third with one out.
That was Jace Mack who just hit that. We were too busy talking about Stiltner and Connor and their accomplishments, but that was Jace Mack who just hit that ball.
Yeah, he hit it just like the Tinker in the second inning, went right underneath the second baseman, which we weren't sure if it was going to be counted as an error or as a hit. But since it was counted as an error the first time, it's going to be counted or a hit the first time. It's going to be counted as a hit this time. Runners on second and third, one out, 2-2 your score. First pitch to Tinker, fouled it back to me for strike one. I just don't have a glove to catch it.
One out with two runners on second and third.
And as we mentioned, I'm going to try to find. All of our favorite guys' stats for this season once I find Connor Moody's number. Outside for ball one. One ball, one strike.
I thought he was going to call it. I'll be 100% honest. That was a very close pitch. 1-1 count now for Tinker.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you Connor Moody's averages after this half inning. We'll take a little bit of a break as it's 2-2.
Counts on 2-1.
Oh, I can tell it a little bit right now. He's batting .308. His OPS is .679. He started 4 games and played in 26. 8 hits, a double, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, and 7 for 7 stolen bases in his freshman year.
3-1 count now for Tinker. That's pretty impressive for Connor. May have only started 4 games so far, but still really impressive numbers.
And I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna be the first one to tell him he's wearing the number 10 better than I ever did in any sport. Here's the pitch for ball 4.
That is a 5-pitch walk.
And bases loaded for the second time this game for your Clinton Dragons.
Up to bat now we got Cam Britton.
Now batting the shortstop.
Britton has a single and been hit by a pitch, so he's been on base both times this time. As the catcher goes to talk to the pitcher, and the pitcher just put his arms out saying, "What did I do?" Or "What's going on?" If you're the pitcher, and you could probably agree with this one, don't signal anything like that when the catcher comes up to you, because then everybody can tell that something's not right between you two.
You're very frustrated. You feel like you don't trust your catcher if you do something like that, and then something bad can happen. You guys get in an argument. But up to bat now we have Cam Britton. Got hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, actually, not in his first at-bat. Singled in his first at-bat.
Here's the pitch. Outside.
In there, strike one.
Yep, on the outside corner.
Were you about to call it ball one?
No, I was about to say it was a strike on the outside corner, but it could have been either way. But this umpire has been even on both sides. He's given a little bit wider strike zone than a lot of them we've seen this year.
A little bit. Not too terrible, though.
The 1 pitch. I thought it hit him, but it did not.
I thought it hit him, too.
I thought it hit just his sleeve, but he didn't react to it either, so I guess he knew it didn't hit him.
Count is now 1-1 for Cam Britton.
As we got
1 out with the bases loaded.
As we got Sam hit by pitch Rayleigh on deck. The 1-1 pitch to the freshman. Lines it just foul down the third base line. It wasn't just foul, but it easily would have been extra bases.
If Britton hits a ball in the gap, he could very easily clear the bases if Tinker doesn't try to look for the ball.
Look how much space left and right, the two outside.
The two gaps, yeah.
Yeah. And he could easily hit it to the 314 wall if he wants to. The 1-2 pitch to Britton in the dirt for ball 2.
Counts now 2-2 for Britton. Do think it'd be smart for Britton to try to look for the right center gap here. Either a ground ball right up the middle in the gap or just a sweet little line drive straight into the gap.
Right, or
score 2 at the least. Maybe even 3.
And
Ball
gets
3.
away.
Tinker will not Tinker.
No, it's Stiltner.
I've been getting those two mixed up ever since I met him. Well,
But it did that.
since their freshman year, I've known Tinker for a long time.
He did the same thing that we saw in the bottom of the first inning on the wild pitch.
Tinker's the one who did that.
Took a couple steps. Catcher slid, but he didn't get far enough away for him to trust running home.
Counter's now full for Britton with 1 out.
A walk or anything would get an RBI, and there's the walk
Ball
to get the
4.
RBI.
That drives in Stiltner.
Nice job.
Their Dragons now take the lead 3-2.
First lead of the day for the Clinton Dragons.
Score, Jackson Stiltner.
So
Up to bat now, we got 25, Sam Rayleigh.
Britton now been on base 3 times, has 1 RBI. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI today.
Yep, that is correct.
And Sam, the hit by pitch Rayleigh coming up to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a walk.
Yep, grounded out, brought
Just-
in the Dragons' first run of the game. Pitches high, ball 1.
So that's he's pit the. Oh, it got away. He's running home. He's safe coming in. Nice
Jason
base
Mack.
running by Jason Mack right there. I don't know. That's not a wild pitch. I'm not sure what I would call that one.
I
that-
didn't even see it, so I couldn't help you there.
They tried to run. Not sure why my score tried to give the third run to the Highlanders, but now it's 4-2 for the Dragons. No, he was trying to throw the ball back to first. It went short, like it bounced off the pitcher's glove, and then he ran in on the pitch.
Pitch is in there, ball or strike 1. Counts down 1-1.
So you got 1 ball, 1 strike count with 1 out, and runners on first and second. The pitch in the dirt, ball
Counts
2,
now 2-1 for Sam Rayleigh.
with a 4-2 score right now. Dragons now leading finally after going down 0-2 in the first inning and hadn't scored until the third inning. Here's the pitch inside, almost hits him.
3-1 count now for Rayleigh. I said Britton.
Yeah, Rayleigh, remember, 19 hit by pitches, 17 walks on the day. I think he's trying to even up his numbers.
Getting a little close, yep.
Yeah, 2 more walks.
Got
he'll even them up.
timeout as Tinker standing on second to retie his cleat.
I think we need some Velcro for Tinker's cleats over there.
I don't know if that would help. He might just run out of his cleat.
No, he was taking off his. He was doing that. They put on his sliding glove.
He already had that one on. He just had to take it off to tie his shoe. A little hard to tie a shoe when you have a mitt on your hand.
But it is Tinker. He can twinkle toes. He can do whatever he wants.
You could try.
Here's the pitch inside for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Sam Rayleigh. 18 on the season, and now bases loaded again for Grand Slam Slavin.
With 1 out.
He hit a grand slam against Halls. The Dragons were down 3-0, and he was mad because they were trailing. First pitch, and he rocked it so far that it took like 3 parents to go find it because it was in the woods.
Has it landed?
I don't know. It was almost like Garrett Lee's home run at Anderson earlier, where Cam Britton's mom got it and found it on the soccer field.
On the football field?
Soccer field, football field, yeah, it
Same
went that far. And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change. So while they warm up, we're going to take a quick break. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision.
If they... They're not first base.
Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball. We were wrong. There is no pitching change. Strunk stays on pitching for Grand Slam Slavin. The pitch. Oh,
It's a ground ball right.
very slow ground ball. It's going to be an infield single
Be a swinging
for
bunt
Slavin.
for Isaiah Slavin. Really knocked the snot out of that one.
Yeah,
I think it went about 400 feet that way.
or 400 inches. One of the two.
Really knocked the snot out of the Slavin. But hey, another RBI for Isaiah Slavin.
5-2 your score here. This is more like the Dragons we've been seeing all season long.
That makes Slavin 2 for 2 on the swinging bunt.
And now you got Garrett Lee. Garrett Lee, see if he could hit a home run right here to tie Slavin with 4 on the season.
One up.
The pitch, swings it, bounces down underneath the
Misplayed by the
shortstop.
shortstop.
1 run will score.
2 will
Here
score.
comes Sam Rayleigh in for another score. 2-run single by
As he
Garrett
celebrates
Lee.
crossing the plate.
Nice job, Garrett Lee, on a 2-run single here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 7-2 your score now with runners on first and second for your Clinton Dragons. For Harry the
7-2.
Hitman Shelton.
Shelton out bat 0 for 2 on the day so far. Hit into a little play and then flew out to center in his last at bat.
See if he can make up for that 0-2 start right here.
Only thing is, he'll need to hit a ball in the gap to score a run. He does have Garrett and Slavin on base.
Slavin, though, has the most runs scored this season for the Dragons. And there's the pitch. There's a
High
hit
fly
pop
ball,
up. Not gonna
shallow
be,
center,
not going to be far enough to get anybody out.
and that is out number 2.
Or not advance anybody. I'm sorry. Not. So you got 2 outs now, but the Dragons have scored 5 runs in this inning.
Unlucky day for Shelton. 0 for 3.
How about in the left fielder, number 8, Nicholas Kidd.
Nicholas Kidd up to bat.
Yes, Nicholas Kidd.
Did he
struck
lead-
out.
he
He
did
led
not-
off the inning.
he
actually.
did, so that's
he
what I
was
was
the
about to
first
say.
out of the inning.
That's what I was about to say. We have batted around. We need sponsors. That way we can have something to say every time we bat around, which would have happened several times while we called games this year.
You
Here's
have
the-
Freddie Fagan, our number 1 fan. Sponsorship.
Yep.
Freddie Fagan.
Freddie, Mr. Strike Fagan.
Where is Freddie today?
He's
Haven't heard
here. I know he's here. I've seen him. I've heard him. He yelled at me, "You," when I walked in.
1-0 count for Nicholas Kidd.
Oh, it is 1-0. I thought they called a strike on that one. I pulled a U on this one.
That one's a
That-
strike, Nick. Or not Nick. My brain is now.
I think both of our brains are going out. I've been up too long today, and you're just out of it from school.
It's been a long semester. 1-1 count right now for Nicholas.
But you're just 48 hours away from having that degree. There's the line up the middle.
Ground ball to the shortstop.
Going to throw
Throws
him
it
at
to
first in
and it's out number
time
3.
for out number 3. So the Dragons get 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. After 5, your score, or after 4, your score, 7-2. The Dragons lead 7-2 over Scott Highlanders. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball and Dragon Vision. Bunt to Duggins. Duggins picks it up, throws it to Slavin for the first out of the inning. Nice try on a 1-pitch, 1 out, though. We're still trying to get 8 strikeouts for Sammy Duggs, as I'm going to embarrass him, but we got Big Poppy joining us up here in the press box. He just doesn't want to talk right now. Probably one of the slowest. Probably one of the slowest players on the football team, since he doesn't want to talk to us.
You don't got to be fast if you're tackling people.
He does. He knows he has to be fast. But no, David Ortiz, one of the best players, actually, one of the best linemen, one of the best leaders on the team, too, since he came back to play football. Doing a great job out there as spring practice goes underway. Swing and a miss for strike 1 for number 25.
Up to bat, we got Chris Lindsey. Flew out to Shelton in his first at bat.
And David Ortiz comes up here, and the first thing he does is that Sammy Duggs on the pitching tonight?
On the bump.
Yep, here's the pitch. Outside, called, strike 2.
0-2 count now for Lindsey.
We said Sam was going to get 8. I made the prediction he was going to get 8 strikeouts. He's at 6 right now through 4 innings. We're going to try to convince David to come up here and just say a couple things. Swing and a miss for strike 3, number 7. Maybe he does need to stay up here, because that was a great-looking strikeout right there. He really crossed him up on that pitch. It was a half-check swing like that, and he almost swung out of his shoes on that one. So here, he's
top
getting
of the lineup. Jerome Bird.
He has struck out and grounded to second.
Feels like he's made half of their defensive plays tonight so far in center field.
Yes, he has.
1, 2, 3, 4.
First pitch, outside in the turf for ball one. And
Whoa,
David,
Rayleigh almost threw that ball away.
you got Sam Rayleigh at catcher and Jace Mack at third base tonight.
We got something weird going up.
First thing
he's
is wow. You got Cam Britton at shortstop and Ethan Tinker at
Swing and a miss,
at second.
strike one.
What would you want to say to him right now? What would you be thinking if you just see him like this with that kind of lineup? It's a good group. And you would have been right there with them, but you're probably doing a great job with football. How's football going right now?
Great. We're going to have a good season next year.
We have a great season. What do you we know we're going to do this on Dragon Vision. What do you want to tell people right now? I'm going to turn on this. That way they can hear you without seeing you. Yeah, just go ahead and just tell us. What do you want to look forward to right now? What do you want them to look forward to for the spring game? Swing and miss.
Counts out 2-2.
What do you want to look forward to during the spring game against Spirit? Or what do you just want to say to people that are going to watch the football of this team this year?
Come to our games because we're going to be good. And everybody in the team is buying in this year.
Pitch is high, comes in the hole.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to mute this one now, but yeah, you're right. We do have really good leaders this year. I've been to a few practices. They look really good. The defense is really coming around. You're one of the big people on that one, along with Lestat, Rhett, Eric. And the inside strike three, we have hit 8 strikeouts through 5 innings. You're the good luck charm. Only the second time in this game that they've got 3 strike. They've retired the side. So midway through the 5th, your score 7-2. Dragons lead the Highlanders in the first game of the district tournament. Dragons are the 1 seed. Highlanders are the 4 seed. We are going to take a short break. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. And welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Your box score right now reads 7 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Clinton Dragons, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Scott Highlanders. Senior Jackson Stiltner leading off for the Dragons. How is he doing today?
Stiltner 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in his last at bat. Drove in.
He
didn't drive in it, but did he?
Yeah, I think he did drive in. No, he had to swing. He had a short. It was an infield single in the last at bat to get him on base.
That's right, the swinging bunt. Well, one of.
And
he had the bunt. He had the actual bunt, not the swinging, but he had the honest-to-goodness bunt.
Yeah.
In the last inning.
And he tried to replicate that one, but it was almost caught by Jace Mack, the third baseman today.
Who's on deck.
And Mack not doing bad either. The Dragons We're not going to say it's going to happen, but there is a chance if they do what they did last inning, it will walk it off in this inning.
Outside, ball count is now 1-1.
I think David could have caught that one up here. It was so high over the catcher's head. And David's just going to sit back here and laugh as we're going to pick on him while he's up here.
It's going to be quiet. Man of many words.
Exactly. He just goes, yeah. And
ground ball to the second baseman.
Good stop. No, he
doesn't. Makes the play.
Just in time. He did bobble that one a little bit, but it was just in time for the first out of the inning. So after this game, you will have Halls and Anderson County playing. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game at 7:45 tomorrow. The losers will play at 5:30. The consolation game will be at 11 a.m. on Saturday, And the championship game 1 will be at 1:30 Saturday afternoon. If necessary, the second championship game will be at 6:30 on Monday. The first pitch to Mac. Inside, called strike 1. That
Very
one,
close.
yeah, but he's been given that pitch all night. He's been
Mac crowds the plate too.
Mac does, but he's actually standing a little bit further off than usual. If you see it, he's got a little bit more speed or a little bit more space. 1-1 count now with 1 out. And you've got Ethan Twinkletoes Tinker on deck, it looks like.
Dirty kid.
Very
Covered
dirty
in
kid.
dirt.
The 1-1 pitch to Mac. Flies the ball.
Center field.
Center fielder calling for it. It looks like
settle under it again.
another good out.
5th or 6th
Yes.
recorded out of the game for Bird.
Yeah, but still our favorite out of the game. I hate saying it, but we had a favorite out of the game. You missed it. Bloop by Garrett Lee over to first base. First base running. He kept over the shoulder into his glove for the out. I mean, you can't give that to, you can't say anything bad about that out. That's a good out on any level. Now here comes Twinkletoes for the first pitch. Laces
Ground
it.
ball to the second base.
And it mishops. Tries to go over to first. They said he gets him in time for the third out. So 1-2-3 inning for the Highlanders. And no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. As we get ready for the top of the 6th, your score is 7-2. Clinton leads Scott. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Top of the 6th inning. First pitch from Sam Duggins is a high swing and a miss for strike 1, and it gets away from Rayleigh, but no harm, no foul.
Josh Burge, the batter, 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles.
And we got David Ortiz saying he's leaving now. He's got to come back up here and talk. He's saying he's going to come back up. Unfortunately, he's coming back, but he didn't hear that. So you got and now the 1-1 count. We got some. We're just going to call it after this ball 2. We're just going to call it interesting uniform combinations, just to say the least, for the Scott Highlanders. But we will just tell you that they are wearing black T-shirts with red lettering and white trim. Your Clinton Dragons are in their pinstripe white uniforms with orange lettering and white trim. The 2-1 pitch from Doug's popped up. I'm not sure who's going to call it. Shortstop's going to call it.
Britton's called for it. That's the second out of the inning.
Nice out right there by Short.
First out of the inning, sorry.
First out of the inning. But nice out right there by, I'm going to say, New Hair Britton, because I still don't recognize him like you do with that hit.
Either. I don't recognize Britton at all after he got the haircut. It's not a bad look, but it's hard to look at him and be like, that's who that is.
I do want to give Britton credit. Earlier this week, it was on Sunday, we had our football banquet, and Britton, along with Bryson Maddox, won the Freshman of the Year awards this year. So great job by Britton. He actually played in, I think, all 10 games, mainly on kickoff return, and he had about 7 tackles this year as a freshman. So he had a big impact this year. Good job by Britton.
Didn't know he played football, too.
He's a running back, linebacker, and a special team specialist. So we got a 1-1 count after the swing and a miss for strike one.
Micah Bowles, 1 for 2 on the day. Reached on a fielder's choice in his last at bat.
Sammy Duggs with already 8 strikeouts on the game, so he's hit the number that I asked for. Swing and a miss for strike two. Not
Looking
sure.
to make it 9.
Don't know what he was swinging at on that one. It looked like one of my swings.
1-2 count.
I got you with that one.
Of
course, you've never seen me swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Popped out.
Up, but fouls it back.
Out of play. Maybe it was going. It looked like the AC fans weren't looking too hard. I was thinking it was going to pop up and come close to them, but it went too far away. We just want to see how high it can get, see how many people can get underneath it, or run away from it.
Yeah.
And outside
Way
for ball
outside. 2-2
2. Just a bit outside, quoting the phrase from Major
3
League.
feet. 2-2 count now for Micah Bowles.
And Sammy Duggs. Sammy strikeout Duggs. Here's the pitch.
That's a great nickname.
Remember, outside
Count's
for.
now full.
Well, we're just going to call him, or we could call him Sammy K. Duggs.
I think strikeout's not
Strikeout.
Strikeout,
Because it's
Sammy?
It's Nicholas K. Kid.
Yeah.
Or Harrison Sheldon. All 3 of them. There's a line ball
Line
to
drive
center.
to-
They're going to let it bounce
Oh,
for
I
the
thought
first hit.
I thought it went to right center. I was looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it was close. It was close.
Well, I was looking at Stillner. I thought he was making the play, and I see it hit in front of Shelton. I'm like, what?
But that was a good. We'll give that one. That was a good. That was a good hit. It was. And it was a better play by Shelton to not try to dive and let it get past him.
Definitely. Not a bad idea for Shelton just to let it hop because he doesn't want to try to dive and lay out because it could risk injury. We don't need that in tournaments right now.
No, definitely not. Here's the first pitch. Foul down the third base line and into the net for strike one.
Up to bat, Jesse Bowles. I have him 0 for 2, but I didn't write down what he did in the second at bat.
I could probably look that up.
So
as
I don't
actually,
know what he did.
as actually Coach Turpin goes to retrieve that one. So once I get Game Changer pulled up, I will be able to tell you what he did.
I guess I got sidetracked and just didn't write it down.
That doesn't surprise me for some reason.
It happens.
Outside, runner going for second. Bad throw by Rayleigh into center field. So it's going to be a stolen base on a bad pitch by Rayleigh with a 1-1 count now.
But Tinker able to keep him at second on the fake.
And Harrison Shelton rushing in on that one. So this batter is number 2. Let's see what did he do in his last at bat. Once I can find him. He flew out to right field Stiltner in his last at bat.
Got it. I guess I just...
So here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
1-2 count now for Bowles. I'm going to assume I missed it because the next guy came up and swung at the first pitch and was out.
And the next guy...
So there's a good chance that's
The next guy grounded out to third base to lead off the top of the 4th inning.
Then I just missed it, period. Then that's on me.
Yeah, I think that was when we were just having our conversations. Got a 1-2 count now. Runner on second, 1 out. Fake the pitch back because Scott has some interesting tactics of trying to clap to try to confuse the what would you call it? The rhythm of the pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Not a huge fan of all the clapping. Just kind of little league, I guess you could say, bush league.
Almost want to call it.
It can work at times.
I almost want to call it Houston Astros style, trying to see if he can get them off their rhythm.
Do they have any trash cans over there? No, they're clear. We're good.
They're clear this time, but who knows? The clap could be something too. You never know, but we're not going to say that right here. Here's the 1-2 pitch, ground ball.
To Britton at short.
Britton, he
Fields it
almost.
cleanly,
I thought he was
makes
going
the
to take
play
good
for
force.
the second out of the inning.
Yeah, good force over at first. They threw him back, but he got back in time at third. That was a nice try by Slavin though to try to back pick a double play, but it still moves the runner over to third with now 2 outs here in the top of the 6th and a 5-run lead for your Clinton Dragons.
Number 24, Dakota Strunk.
Right now, if we were
Strunk 0 for 2 on the day as well.
right now, if we were to give a Dragon Vision player of the game, one I would say is Sammy Duggs. Definitely. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Let's do we haven't said it yet. Let's do this in honor of Weeks. It's the pitcher versus pitcher duel.
Oh, it is. Yes, I forgot about that part entirely. I'll be honest.
And Duggins is perfect against Strunk, but because Strunk will not pitch against Duggins, since Duggins is being DH for by Lee.
It's a little unfair, but hey, take what you get.
Nice,
Another ground ball
nice
to
stop
Britton.
right there by Lee or
Fields it, makes
Britton,
the play. He is out for the third out of the inning.
and a great stretch right there by Slavin to end that inning. So, like you said, Britton with a tremendous stop. Lee with, or Slavin with a great stretch. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on base. 7-2 your score as we get ready to enter the bottom of the 6th inning. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision.
Number 44, Cam Britton.
As you listened
Sleepy
just
got
now,
young.
Sleepy got really young, which we actually had a person from 3rd grade making the announcements just now. A shout out because it is also CBI night here at the Jace. First pitch to Britton is inside but called strike one. 7-2 your score. The Dragons lead the Scott Highlanders after a bit of a slow start for the Dragons.
Britton got a perfect record right now.
And it stays that way with another single underneath third base. Britton rounds first. Going for second, he gets stopped about halfway through and comes back. Nice back pedal by Britton to make sure he stayed at first. So there's a single. So he remains perfect on the game.
He is whopping 2 for 2.
2 for 2. And that's all he needs to be right now. And now we got Sam hit by pitch Rayleigh coming up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. At least I think he's 0 for 1 with a walk. We'll have to double check and make sure.
He's 2 walks, so I didn't put it down.
Yeah, he says 0 for 1. Yeah, he does have 2 walks on the day.
But he's still 0 for 1, yes.
One more walk and he'll tie his hit by pitch total. So then we'll just have to call him Sam gets on base, Rayleigh.
The on-base man.
I will find out his on-base percentage, and we will all probably be happy about that.
I do feel like his on-base is probably double.
And he gets hit, number 20. Hit by pitch, number
I knew it was
20.
coming in this game. Sam Rayleigh, number 20.
Sam, hit by pitch Rayleigh, gets number 20 on the season. As now Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin comes up to bat. Although this won't be a Grand Slam attempt, it's still Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin. Let's see.
Rayleigh getting hit all the time reminds me of this one clip I saw some years ago. He had a third baseman for the Texas Rangers, Adrian Beltre. Was kind of known for getting hit one season fairly often. There was one time he was hit by a pitch. Right,
Line ball going towards center.
that will be down. Oh, I thought it was
Off the
gone.
wall. At least one run will score. Runner going to third. Stand-up double by Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin. It hit the base of the wall in dead center field.
Left center, more like.
Yeah, either way, it still hit the base of the
It was hit a
wall.
long way. That is the deepest part of the park.
You got runners now at second and third with no outs and an 8-2 score. And
Slavin's 3 for 3 on the night.
we were saying the on-base percentage for Rayleigh is a .540 right now.
And his batting average is what?
His batting average entering this game was a .333.
So almost doubled. Look, well, actually, not almost.
Line ball. Another run
single,
will score
another
for
hit.
another single for Garrett Lee. And no, it's going to get away on an error played. So 2 runs will score. Lee will advance to second on an error by the left fielder. 2 runs score. Double by a single and an error advances him to second as time's called by the catcher.
Matt up here fumbling his words.
I'm trying to act like you now.
That would be a single, and he would advance on the air.
Yep, so I was trying to make sure I had all my numbers right also in this game. Yeah, I'm fumbling over my words. I'm trying to act like our voiceover here, Colby Holbrook, but it's not going too well.
Well, it happens when there's so many things happening at one time. Harrison Shelton now desperately needs a hit. 0 for 3 on the night. Very unfortunate day for him.
And just to say, Game Changer actually did not give him an error on that one, but we will give him an error on that misplay out in the outfield. So yeah, it's 10
Pitches outside, ball 1.
10 to 2 your score. The winning run is at home plate with Harrison Shelton because it is the bottom of the 6th, and there is a 10-run rule. So it's either going to end in this inning or it's possibly going to end at the top of the next inning. Outside for ball 2.
2-0 count now. I think Shelton's just trying to find a way to get on base by any means. Only dragging this game to not be on base.
That is true. And
everybody else has either walked, gotten hit by a pitch, or has gotten a hit.
And he gets ahead 3-0 now after an inside pitch. 1 away from getting on and putting the winning run at first base. There's still no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 3-0 pitch. Outside for ball 4. You called it. He gets on base.
So every Dragon has now reached base. Correction. Nicholas Kidd has not reached base either, and he's up to bat now.
With the winning run at first base. Time called as the coach goes to talk to his pitcher, maybe making a change here. It looks like he will be making a change because everyone's starting to shake the hands, and they are going to make a change as Strunk gets out of this. Strunk gets pulled. He pitched 5 innings.
Bringing in the first baseman, Hunter Bates, to pitch.
Oh, here you go. Here's his box line. According to Game Changer, 5 runs, 10 hits, or 5 innings pitched, 10 hits, 10 runs, all of them earned 6 walks and 1 strikeout, 101 pitches, and the runners on first and second are charged to Strunk as the first baseman, number 9, who is Hunter Bates, comes up to pitch. And you are right. The only batter to have not gone on base tonight is Nicholas Kidd. And the only 3 Dragons to not get hit so far tonight include Rayleigh, Shelton, and Kidd, according to Game Changer. But 10-2 your score, your winning run is at first. If Nicholas can get his first career home run as a Dragon, because I don't know if he got any at Bearden.
I don't think he did.
I don't think so, but if he can get this home run, I would love to see Nicholas Kidd walk this off on a home run. He would become one of 2 players of the game because we will be giving one of them to Sammy Duggs.
Sam Duggins has pitched a beautiful game. Has only allowed 2 runs, but neither one of them were earned. And those were in the first inning. He hasn't allowed another run in the last 5.
Exactly. And, yeah, like you said, he has no earned runs. I'm going to find what his numbers were pitching entering this game for us. That way we can have accurate numbers for him. Sammy Duggs had pitched in 3 games, 6 1/3 innings pitched. He was 1-0. He had given up 7 earned runs out of the 10 runs total, 5 strikeouts to 4 walks. ERA was a little bit high, but that has gone way down today. ERA was in the 7s, but with the
being only in 6 innings pitched, it's going to be a little inflated. But he's just doubled his pitch amount today.
Yeah, he's doubled. He's now at 12 1/3 innings pitched, still only giving up 7 earned runs.
Number 8, Nicholas Kidd.
Here we go, Nick. Let's see if you can get the game.
To greet the new pitcher, Hunter Bates was playing first base.
I don't think it'll happen, but let's see. Can we get a one pitch home run for him? I don't think so, but we can try it and see. First pitch, a little bit high.
1-0 count for Nicholas.
All we need is 2 runs. Come on,
Nobody
kid.
out and guys on first and second.
You can do this, kid. This is on. See if you can walk this off and get us into the winning game in the winner's bracket. Here's the pitch inside for ball 2.
2-0 now.
Once again, the winner's bracket, the 2 winners between us, Scott, AC and Halls, will play tomorrow night at 7:45. The losers will play at 5:30. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3.
3-0.
So we may get the bases loaded for Jackson Stiltner. This would also be a good one to see if Jackson Stiltner can get the game-winning run home. Whoever does get it, we may want to put them as player. As ball 4, every Dragon has now made it on base because the kid was the last one to not make it on base today.
That is correct. Every Dragon has now reached base at least once tonight.
Winning run on second, bases loaded, no outs. 10-2 your score. The Dragons have come from behind after trailing 2-0 after 1
Big at bat
to take a lead 10-2. Stiltner has already driven in 1 run today.
No, he has not.
Oh, he has not. He had a single. That's right.
He was not.
Let's see. Here's the pitch. Swings.
Line drive to right
field.
Misses it.
Misses it. And that
completely.
will get the game-winning run home. 1 run will score. Second run rounding third. He will score. Third run will score. Stiltner going to third. An error goes and finishes the game. 13-2 is your final score. The Dragons win over Scott. 13-3.
What a way to end it. Walk-off triple for Jackson
Walk-off
Stiltner.
triple. We will give him the hit for that triple. Your
That
final
was
score.
dropping.
Your final score will be 13-2. We are going to run down the numbers when we come back. You are listening and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision.
Welcome back. We have Jackson Stiltner here, one of our player of the games. Stiltner, I know we talked about it a little bit before we went back on the air. What do you think of your last hit?
Yeah, it was bases juiced. We needed 2 runs to walk it off. Nick got walked in 4 pitches, and in my mind I was like, go yard. I was going to put it off my dad's truck in right field. But, I walked it off, got a stand-up triple, so feels good.
I mean, and like I told you, right before you did that, me and Matt were every time was like, yeah, Stiltner has not had a single RBI all game, and then first pitch you see, it goes right there. I'm like, well, we're wrong.
Yeah, it just felt like the whole game. I got jammed the first pitch, and then I got a bunt down, and then I barreled a ball to first base, and I was like, I was just due for one, so there it was, when we needed it.
That was a beautiful bunt. I mean, you 3 RBI triple to walk off the game, but that bunt, greatest bunt I've seen all season. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not Dobie level, but it was a good bunt.
Yeah,
He'd be impressed.
Yeah.
So, but it was right down the third baseline, right where you wanted it. Perfect. And you're fast enough to run that out any day.
Oh, yeah.
And it
Thank
was
you.
a great bunt. Defensively, you did have that one that you just fired back in from under the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was a good hit by the kid. A little unexpected, to be honest.
Playing
But
well in.
yeah, but it was a good barrel by him. They got 2 runs, and after that we said no more, and we took care of business.
They did only score 2 in the first, and you put up 13 more through the last 6 innings.
Yeah.
Great day at the plate. Started off a little slow. Did have the bases loaded with no one out. You didn't get anything, but
Yeah.
you got that back.
Yeah, those things tend to happen. You just got to keep playing baseball. You respect the game. You'll be rewarded. So
Stuff like that does happen. You guys didn't let it bother you. It was really great.
yeah.
Now, one thing I want to ask you: who do you think's going to win this next matchup? Who are you looking forward to face in the next 2 days?
I'm wanting AC to win this, and then we'll play AC.
Match over last week.
Yeah,
It's
put
gonna
them out.
be-
I want to play AC in the championship,
It's
just to
gonna
beat
be
them
a-
one more good time.
I mean, that's a good reason. It's going to be a really good game against Halls and AC tonight.
No.
2 really solid teams.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about your pitching with Sam today? What do you
Sam coming in did a great job. This was honestly, even though it's the last seed, Scott County came in when we needed him, so we could save arms for today or tomorrow. And
Definitely massive. Just great.
yeah,
performance
he did
out
a
of
great
Sam
job.
today.
I mean, kudos to him, dude. He did great.
Like I was saying, Halls AC. I do think AC has the upper hand. They did beat Halls 2-1 in district play, but Halls beat you guys 2-1. So either way, you're gonna have a tough challenge coming ahead of you in this next game. And I unfortunately cannot be there. I will miss your 2 last games. I'm sorry to say that, but
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm graduating Saturday morning myself.
So graduating, I think, means a little bit more than doing one of these.
Yeah,
If I could be here, I would, but it starting at 1:30, I won't make it. I'm gonna be an hour away in Harriman, and it's gonna be 12:30, 1 o'clock before I'm even done.
Oh, you're totally good, man.
I would
We'll win
love
it
to
for
see
you.
it, but I won't be here to see it.
Yeah, we're just trying to make history this year.
But I look forward to it, and I hope I can see your name up somewhere, maybe on the sign outside saying players who went to college. We did talk about that a little bit during the game.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to it. You definitely deserve it. Talented kid. Did poke a little fun at you. Said how you asked me and Burke earlier today if we thought you were going to get a scholarship offer.
With the
And
striding
just-
little redhead.
That was Stiltner's words.
Nah, man, it's just,
Straight
put
out
my
of
faith in
nowhere.
God, man. I wouldn't be here without him.
We won't be out here. I mean, had Coach Stacy with you. He got 4 years of Stacy. You did miss your first season, but either way, he turned you into an amazing player, and I've been excited to see you ever since you were a freshman, man.
Thanks,
Didn't-
Holbrook.
Appreciate it. Love you, bud.
Love you too, man.
Good to see you.
Now let's get your second
Sammy.
favorite player. Come on, Sammy. We know you don't like talking on here. Now this is for Holbrook. Say it. Intro.
Sammy, my guy.
Sammy
You're
does.
tall. You were short last time I saw you. But, dude, first varsity start, how'd it feel?
Felt great, at the end. At the beginning I was a little nervous, first varsity start, just trying to hit my spots. I was thinking a little too much, but until I got over just thinking too much, I hit my spots and did pretty good.
And you definitely showed. It honestly didn't look like it was your first varsity performance. You gave up 2 runs in the first, but other than that, you shut them down 5 more innings. Didn't let them score again after that. 2 unearned runs. Struck out 8 batters alone. How does that make you feel?
Made me feel pretty good for the first varsity start. I mean, might have surprised myself a little bit.
you definitely surprised a lot of people, and I was excited to watch you start tonight. I know your little brother came and pitched against them last week, I think it was, against Scott County, and then you came up here and did the same thing he did, had a couple more strikeouts, and just pitched and performed very well. You only threw 4 hits, 8 strikeouts. Yeah, only allowed 4 hits, had 8 strikeouts, threw under 90 pitches through 6 innings. Very good, very consistent. You said what? 75% of his were strikes? 75% strikeout or strike rate.
At the beginning of the game.
Yeah, Matt did say you were going to get 8 strikeouts at the very beginning of the game, so you made him feel good about himself tonight.
This time.
This time. I'll ask you the same thing I asked Stoner. Who do you want to face coming into this next game?
I mean, I don't really have a preference. We have the ability to beat both of them. I know whichever one we do face,
It's
I know
going to
we'll
be a
give it
good
all.
game. I might hang around a little bit, see what happens. But like I told him, I won't be able to see you play this coming weekend. I wish I could, but I can't. I won't be here. But I am going to support you from a distance, and I cannot wait to see you next year. I don't know how long I'll be here because I'll be out of town. I'll be in Murfreesboro with my own school, but I will definitely try to come see you. It's your senior year. You are one of my freshmen. When I was a senior, I'm not missing anything.
And a live stream you can always watch too.
I can always watch the live streams, or I could try to call in with the live streams. So,
I can get you to do that too.
but great performance, man. I'm really surprised.
Thank
I'm really
you.
impressed.
So if you want to, go get Coach Stacy real quick. I think he's in the next room.
All right, thank you.
Great job, Sammy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Nice job, Sam. We're about to get Coach.
So right now, we're going to get Coach Stacy coming in here in just a minute. I think he's going to end up running some stuff for the game right here. If he's not in the next room, I'll run out and go get him. But I'm going to while we're waiting, I'm going to read down. I'm looking for Sam. Here comes Coach Stacy. That way you can ask him some questions.
I know what you got to do. All right, here. All right, go ahead.
So Stacy, just real quick, what did you think of this game after a slow start?
We got to do a better job at the plate. We got to understand team baseball, and that's something we've been talking about for the past week or two. We still need to make some adjustments there and how the team plays at a championship caliber, and that's what we're trying to do and get to that position. We can't be taking what I call A swings and big hacks early in the game like we have been. We're getting too long ball happy, and that's not how we manufacture runs. We manufacture runs with guys getting on, guys walking, and when we have guys on base, that's when we manufacture runs.
And then just talk about 2 players, Stiltner and Sam Duggins.
Yeah, Sam Duggins, great job. Knew he would come out here and give us an opportunity to win. Again, he's been throwing really good. Threw really good in the Oak Ridge game. Was really excited to see him out there again. Jackson Stiltner, he told everybody, I'm gonna do my best to get this run in here, and he did. And I mean, he's been so much better at the plate. The reason we took the lead there and started getting our bats going is because he decided, I'm going to play team baseball and put this ball down the third baseline and get on. Those little things, what people really don't see in the stat line, that's the things that help you win a game or help you get your team going. And I told him after he did that, I said, I hope this whole inning started because you decided to be a team player like you always have, and also get our team in a position to start scoring runs.
And now we'll just ask you one more question. What do you want to tell people about tomorrow night? Just coming out here for the 7:45 game.
Yeah, 7:45. It might start a little bit later just because of the first game. But what we need a big crowd like we had tonight. But we need an even bigger one. Tonight was great. Saw a lot of faculty out here. Saw a lot of kids out here. Saw a lot of community out here, and it's good to see that. The stands are packed right now for Halls in Anderson County. We need the place where you can't find a seat tomorrow. If we're going to have a home field advantage, we need to create a home field advantage.
All right, thank you again, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you,
on the
guys.
win. We're going to give that back to Colby while we get ready
Appreciate you, Colby.
Sign off for tonight. I know Colby said he won't be here because he's graduating on Saturday. But Colby, let's just wrap up tonight's game. I'm going to jump in on the frame with you now. What do you want to say overall? What was your final thoughts on tonight's game?
I definitely think it started a little slow, but after the first couple innings, it really picked up in that third inning when they put up, 7 runs was it? I think
7 runs.
Put up 3 in the third.
It was 2 in the third.
2 in the third.
5 in the fourth and 6 in the sixth.
That's right. Correct. Thank you. And it started off a little slow, but like Coach Stacey said, everybody was just trying to hit the ball over the wall, it seemed like, in that first inning. And they went down bases loaded with no one out and just didn't score. But after that, they just, like you said, it all started with Stiltner. I was very impressed to see what happens late in the game. That's why you can't just put your head down early. something that we always had a problem with, putting our head down early when there's still plenty of game left. If we didn't do that as often, we could have won many more games. And I just love seeing how they didn't give up. When you don't give up, you produce runs and you make the game interesting. There's 7 innings to play, and if you go down in the first or second, you got no hope. But if you stay in all 7 of those innings, things like that will happen. And that's what I saw today. I was just really impressed.
Right, I was impressed. I was also impressed with, like he said, Sam Duggs. Sam Duggs came in Oak Ridge, and he pitched, I think it was 3 1/3 innings and had 7 strikeouts in that game as well. He knew it. He was able to slow down after Dallas Beats went. Dallas Beats, he had a decent start to start, but Beats started. It was a different start. I'm blanking on who it was. I'll have to look it up. But Sam Duggins came in. He was also our player of the game in that game just because of his relief effort. He's been doing great as a pitcher, but now we're going to go down and read down the lineup. So for Clinton, Cam Britton went 2 for 2 with an RBI, 3 runs scored, and a walk. Sam Rayleigh 0 for 1 with an RBI, 2 runs, 2 walks, and his 20th hit by pitch of the season. Isaiah Slavin almost could have given it to him. He went 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, a walk, and a run scored.
Had a very big day out of Slavin today.
Garrett Lee went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a run scored. Either one of them could have gotten it as well. Harrison Sheldon went 0 for 3 with a run and a walk. Almost very identical for Nicholas Kidd, 0 for 3 with a run, a walk, and he did strike out. Jackson Stillner, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs and a run scored on that triple to walk off the game. Jace Mack went 1 for 3 with a run scored. Ethan Tinker went 1 for 2 with a 2 runs scored and a walk. Slavin and Lee both had doubles. Stiltner had a triple. Britton and Rayleigh were hit by pitches. Ethan Tinker also had 2 stolen bases, and Cam Britton had 1. Pitching, Sammy Duggs went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, none earned, and 8 strikeouts. His ERA, like you said, it went from a 7.6 to a 3.7 after tonight's game.
Great start out of Sammy. I mean, he didn't say a lot up here, just a really humble kid, but he came and he performed. And him being a junior, he'll be a senior next year, and I'm looking forward to see how he performs. If he gets a little bit more pitching time, gets probably a little bit more velo, he could be a really good pitcher, maybe even their ace next season, if not right behind Harrison Shelton.
Exactly. He could. Either one of those could be the ace. And even, who knows, Sam Rayleigh and Isaiah Slavin, they're both really good. Isaiah's a really good reliever, but if he gets that work in, he could be a good starting pitcher too.
Like Slavin said himself, he did prefer to be the relieving spot, but he can come in to start if he needs to.
Right, and since this is going to be your last broadcast, I'll let you do the sign-off tonight. Yeah. What do you want to say to everybody for watching this season? And what do you want to say for them to watch the rest of this season?
I just appreciate every single person who's come out and listened and joined in to watch the Dragons play. Unfortunately, I will not be here, but I've had a fun time this entire season. Come out tomorrow, support your Dragons, and wish them luck. They got 2 really big games ahead of them, and I will see you guys next season, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning in to Dragon Vision. We will be back tomorrow night as Clinton takes on either AC or Halls in the Winners Bracket Championship is what I'm going to call it, in District 4 AAA. Once again, thank you for watching Dragon Vision. We'll be back tomorrow.
Go Dragons.